All right, all right, all right. We are back again. The Bison Lounge. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining me, your handsome host, Noe. And yet again, I am joined by the somewhat getting handsome, but we all know mentally disturbed, Manuel.
Of course. Thank you for that introduction. Lovely introduction, my friend. How's everybody doing today?
I'm doing good. How was your week, my friend?
Another one. I got another one.
Oh, really? You want to break it down for our fans out there?
I'm
somewhat fans?
Somewhat fans, yeah. And hi, Mom. I know you're listening too.
Oh, she's listening.
She's listening, and she probably doesn't understand a damn word.
She probably doesn't. That's fine.
That's fine.
She still supports us, unlike some people.
Some people, yeah.
My mom listens. She's like, you're a failure. Never come back here. Never come back here again.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, boy.
Yeah.
But no, like it was one of those weeks. But I'll tell you more about it once we get into this episode because I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
You're excited. I can see it in your face. You got an aura going on over there.
Yeah.
Before, you used to just bang fat chicks and used to have an aura, but now I know you're not banging fat chicks no more. So there's something else going on around you. So something that's like, it's peeking out. It's peeking out. It's peeking out.
It involves Bad Dragon. But anyways, let's continue.
It involves what?
Nothing. Let's go. Anyway.
But overall, my week's been good. I did another comic vendoring gig.
Nice.
And here's the thing. I know I talked about this before, but fuck Pokemon. So like the last event I did was a card show.
Right.
And it was me and two other comic book vendors there, which of course, it's a card show. But like I said, it's just a Pokemon card show. Like that's what I was saying last time. Everyone was there for just
Pokemon.
And of course, I was few of the people that had comics, and people were like, dude, it's great to see comics. And I was, selling. So again, same, but this was a collector's expo. Collectors meaning all around. Comics, like toys, antiques. Guess what?
What?
I was the only, besides one more gentleman. So it was me, one other guy selling comic books. Everybody else was cards.
Oh, shit.
And just like I said, Pokemon cards.
Of course.
Pokemon cards. And this is a collector's expo. It's supposed to be all around.
Yeah.
And I even had a few people come up to me and say, man, I don't like how everything's revolved around Pokemon now. Because they're saying it used to be, it's not a card show, it's a collector's show.
Yeah.
It's not, it's literally just a Pokemon show. That's really what it was. And I mean, I'm not dogging because the money's there. I mean, people are, like, I was walking by one guy because I got hungry, and it was towards the end of the show.
Right.
So everyone's packing. This one dude just right there was counting his money. This dude had, I'm talking hundreds of dollars counting right there laid on top of his cards he's selling. Like, I'm talking like piles of fucking green.
Damn.
I was like, fucking Christ.
How many of those guys in there do you think are scalpers?
Oh, they're all scalpers.
I believe it.
Dude, there's no way in hell none of those dudes ain't scalpers. To be in this market, you gotta be.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way.
Well, I mean, can you be a scalper when it comes to comics?
Yes, but not to the extent of Pokemon. Like, because remember, comic books only go to comic book stores.
Right.
And of course, if you have a Whatnot, which I've found out, you know what Whatnot is, right?
Enlighten me.
It's pretty much where you sell online. It's online.
Oh,
bidding.
okay.
And like, it's famous for, I mean, now people sell cards, like jewelry. But before, I think it started off with just people selling comic books.
Right.
But because it's a big thing, like Whatnot partners with Marvel and stuff, and they make their own like variant covers of an issue.
Right.
So it's pretty cool because I remember not too long ago I came across one guy and he was selling like what's it called? Yeah, but like I was saying, Whatnot, they sometimes will partner with Marvel or DC and make their own variant covers and have them sell them to the sellers, and then they'll sell it to the buyers, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. So they'll be kind of like an upcharge.
An upcharge. But like one guy I came across was selling like provocative like women covers. Like he had Supergirl, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
But man, that Supergirl one, dude. That one got me a little like, whew, like I almost was like, I'll take it right now.
Yeah. What, $100? I don't give a fuck.
I'll take 100 of them. No. But no, that's what Whatnot is pretty much in a nutshell.
Okay.
It's, just selling online. But yeah, back to the card thing. Like, it's crazy how Pokemon, and I know dabbled in this, but I'm just like, when will this die?
No, it's not gonna.
But I don't understand. They're just coming out with more and more and more Pokemon packs, and it's like the scalpers, they go and, they go to Sam's or Costco, get these big ass bundles, and then just sell them.
They sell them at a higher price. That's why people don't like scalpers, dude, because some of the videos that you see online, like a bunch of them that I saw on Twitter, were just like animals, dude. They were like attacking the shipments like animals.
Like zombies.
Yes.
It reminds me of like Black Friday back in the day.
Yes,
Open
exactly.
the doors and like people are just like, give it, it's mine. That's mine first.
I literally saw a video where a kid was going to get himself one pack, just one, dude, for himself. He was excited. He has his own money. Like the dad wrote on the caption, like, my son wanted just one.
Yeah.
And as soon as he was reaching for one of them, some dude legit, I shit you not, a kid about maybe like 8 or 9 was just wanting one pack. This dude, legit, a scalper came and chunked them, like pushed them out of the way. Bro, I know for a fact that if that had been my son, I would have caught a charge.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I would have pushed his ass too. This is my car.
Sus. Nah, like, I would have caught a charge for sure because, dude, the reason the dad was recording, according to him, he's like, because this was going to be my son's first time buying a Pokemon pack.
Damn.
For himself with the money that he scrounged up doing chores, lawn work, helping the neighbors and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, that is a very wholesome moment. So the dad was ecstatic, dude. As I would be too. But instead, my son likes to play on the fucking tablet on his fucking Nintendo. But that's another story.
Well, would you think it's a life lesson too? Because since that kid tried to pay for something and got taken away right in front of him, you would think, well, that's taxes for you, son. Learn the lesson.
And I feel like it was a learning moment in the aspects of like, be quicker to grab that shit, because like the kid had like his hand on the package, and when he was gonna pull it off, one of the scalpers pushed him.
Damn.
The kid flew, and like the scalper took the pack the kid was gonna take, and the guy already had like fucking like 20 boxes all on his arms and shit. I'm like, what a fucking dick, dude. That's why I said, like, if that would have been my son, the guy, I would have been catching a charge.
Yeah,
fucking manslaughter or something like that. Yeah, but it's that's the reason people just hate scalpers, because they're doing stupid shit like that, causing a chaos at stores, and then not allowing what I want to say the true consumer of that, which is children. The majority is children. Yeah, you got your collectors out there, but I mean, even a collector himself is not going to go and push a child out of the way.
Honestly, I'd say it's children when it comes to the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to say not even the cards or not even the video games, but from what I've seen, both these events, it's a fucking adult market.
Yeah, it's an adult market, but for the money.
Well, yeah.
For the money.
But I'm seeing dudes with binders everywhere for their collection, and like, it's bizarre, like, to me. Like, I mean, it's probably just because I'm not into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about it. I was like, maybe I should give it a shot. Like, get a little binder and put the Pokemon I love, the Pokemon I always wanted. But then I'm just like, nah, because to me, it's just, when you really think about it, knowing me, it's just me wasting money because it's just going to sit there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it might, like, it's like I've told you before, I mentioned it before on the podcast itself, that I have a couple of DBZ figures that have gone up in price. I'm not getting rid of them anytime soon. It's stuff that it's just collecting dust, but I love it. I love it. It's my collection. It's my shrine.
That's your shrine.
So, and it's funny because I used to have them in my background when I used to stream on Twitch. They would be in my background, and it would spark conversations. It would always spark conversations like, what do you got back there? Oh, DBZ. I got some fucking Berserk. I got some fucking Fist of the North Star back there. And it's a good conversation starter. And people would visit my apartment. Good conversation started. You know, it's one of those things like, oh, what's that sword over the fireplace? You know, it's something that I want to put over the mantle and just talk about it. Where did you get it from? Found it on a dead guy. He was
a dead guy.
He was impaled by it, so I just took it, you know.
I don't know how it happened, but he was just impaled by it.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd help him out, get it out of him, you know.
I probably ruined a crime scene, but who knows?
I called the cops. Obviously, I wasn't there. I wasn't there for it, but I called the cops. I did the right thing.
They asked me, like, what could have been the cause of death. I'm like, I don't know, maybe a knife or something like that. It's not the sword that's in my trunk right now.
Child support?
Child support. Bro, those stories are intense.
Yeah, they're pretty intense.
They're pretty intense, but we're not going to get into
Yeah, we're not getting there. Not yet. Maybe not this episode.
Not this episode.
I noticed we tend to go a little above and beyond on that topic.
Yeah.
And I have no children.
Yeah.
I feel bad for some of you dads out there. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. No, dude. Like I said, like I don't know if I mentioned it in the podcast, but the whole zombie crew that we used to have where I used to work.
Oh yeah, you told me.
I talked about it. Yeah,
no. People know.
It's crazy. It's hard out there. It's hard out there.
I mean, that was my week. What about your week? Tell us what's this whole Handyman Chronicle.
Oh, the Handyman Chronicles. Goddamn. Okay, so basically, what I wanted to say is I kind of want to start a segment where like I talk about the crazy shit that happens to me while I'm working. So for those of you that don't know, I'm a handyman. That's my job. I go do small little work for people around town, around San Antonio. I work Austin, San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, so on and so forth here in Texas. And I've ran into some colorful people. Colorful people.
What do you mean by
colorful? They're interesting. They're very out there. Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
I was about to catch it. Try to tell it.
Bam! Canceled.
We're canceled.
Well, let me say this.
I like how he took a drink right when he was getting ready. But let me just get myself.
Let me get myself. Well, this is a very delicious black label right here. Good choice on the whiskey, by the way, Noe.
Yes, today's choice, if anyone's interested, is Johnny Walker Black Label.
Black Label.
And of course, we got us a lovely house blend cigar.
Indeed. From Nicaragua.
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 I was never good at Spanish.
Yeah, no. You failed. You failed Spanish.
I failed miserably. I felt Spanish, and all I had to do was write it down, not even speak it, and I still failed.
And it was written on the board. But anyways, total side-handed there. So this week I got hired for an extermination. This place was infested with bugs. It was about like a guy bought it. He bought it as is. The place was a total dump, and here in San Antonio. So he hired me to do some renovations and also extermination. So when I went to go get like the fumigation stuff and all that all those things, he never told me what kind of bug was in this fucking place.
Shit,
and you're about to learn something about me. a lot of you are gonna be like, "Wow, man, what a bitch!" But no,
we already thought.
Yeah. You're from the very get go. But walk into this home, place is like falling apart. But you know what? It's salvageable.
Okay,
you know. Couple of things knocked down here, a couple of things rebuilt there, whatever. So I'm going in there, little hazmat suit and everything, rebreather and all that stuff. Rebreather. Mask. I'll just call it a mask. And as I'm walking in, I notice a lot of spider webs. Massive fucking spider. And I mean, one spider web was covering a whole doorway.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. But I didn't see no spiders, so I'm just thinking like, maybe like they got spooked, you know, whatever. So I started throwing like, I don't know if you've ever bought those little, I call them grenades, because you pull the pin and it just starts releasing like,
yeah,
and you just toss them in there. So I started tossing them into rooms, and I get to this one room way in the fucking back of the house. This house has no back exit or entrance or whatever you want to fucking call it. It just has one entrance and one exit, which is really odd to me. Really, was this a murderer's house?
There's no back door?
There's no back door. There's no back. I love back doors.
I know you do.
Yeah. They're very interesting. But when I went to this back room and I tossed one of the freaking grenades in there, I noticed something scurrying in the corner of the room. I thought at the beginning that it was a rat. The motherfucking thing was a giant fucking spider. A giant spider about half the size of your water bottle right there. Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, it was scurrying around, and I'm like, I am not entering this room until everything is dead. Well, I started walking out. When I turned around to go down the hallway to the exit, guess what the fuck is falling all over the fucking place? A bunch of fucking spiders, dude. Not to mention that some of them, I guess, were pregnant or something, or they just had babies.
I'm sure there were probably a lot pregnant.
Dude, there was like, the floor was like almost a sea of nothing but little baby spiders. I was like literally like stomping my way out of there, dude, because it was so fucking bad, dude. I ran like a little bitch. I shit you not. I ran out of there. I was like, holy fuck, no, this is not. I was like, when I ran out of there, I looked like a tweaker, dude. Because I was just like, scratching myself all over. Like, oh shit, they're all over me, man. Fuck, get the fuck off me. Like, I was freaking the fuck out.
You got lucky a cop didn't pass by. You would have shot your ass.
Oh shit, tweaker. He's on crack. He's on crack. There's crack infested.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, he's dead.
He's dead. One more Mexican off the street.
Yeah, the road is safe again.
Yeah, indeed. But I ran out of there freaking the fuck out. And then it's funny because as soon as that happened, the owner was showing up. Big ass fucking F-350 pulling into the driveway. And I'm like, over here, like, dusting myself off. And he's like, hey, you all right? You all right? I'm like, yeah, no, dude. Like, and I explained everything to him. I told him what the fuck was going on. He's like, wait a minute. So you're saying this whole house is infested by spiders? I'm like, yes. Like, legit infested by spiders, dude. Why didn't you tell me? He's like, because I didn't know. I thought you were just going to find, like, a couple of roaches or something in there, man. I wasn't expecting spiders. I'm like, we're in the outskirts of San Antonio. Ranch homes, farmhouses. There's not another house for, like, a mile or two. And you're going to tell me you weren't expecting these types of fucking bugs out here? What the fuck, dude?
Talk about scorpions and shit being up in that motherfucker, too.
Well, when I went to the shed, which was basically like a miniaturized barn, that I found scorpions. I found fucking scorpions. But for some reason, this is where, like, I don't know if it's just what they look like. Scorpions don't freak me out as much as spiders do, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just because of the way the spiders look.
Like, I don't know what it is about them. Like, it's just something that, like, I can't.
So you want to hear a crazy story? So we're talking about spiders? And this is one of those, like, oh fuck, maybe, like, I don't know, listeners, be ready, because this is one of those, like, oh
yeah, triggers.
So, yeah, back in middle school, I have a sister, one of my younger sisters. She
you have a sister?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't talk about my siblings because they're worthless. Not just like, they're probably listening to me too.
They crashed your car, your dream car.
No, they wish. They wish.
Didn't one of your brothers?
My brother, I mean, side story on a side story. My mom had a nice, like, 70s Jaguar all pimped out. She let me use it once. And then later in the year, she gave it to my brother. Dude crashed it out trying to be a badass. Yeah. And I was pissed at her for years. I still am pissed. Just want to give her money.
And that's why I stuffed her in the home.
She'd be lucky. But
damn.
Yeah, but back to the other side story. My sister, back in the day, she had a bad rash one day, and we just put ointment and stuff. Turns out it got worse, and then my mom would take her to her daughter, and I remember, taking her to her daughter, taking her to the doctor, and I remember right before she left, it was like a big fucking thing right here on her arm.
Yeah.
And it was white. When she went there, it was a spider laid an egg in her arm.
Get the fuck out of here.
And that's why it was so big. It was like,
about the size of a quarter?
3/4 of an inch.
Oh, shit.
From her, growing from her arm.
God damn.
Yeah, it was ugly. It was white. So, like, yeah, it turns out they had to remove it and stuff. And, like, yeah, talking about spiders, I totally forgot about that story till you brought it up.
Well, it's funny because I had a similar situation when I worked at this construction company. We were working at the airport, and I got bitten by a spider.
Uh-huh.
And they called it that it was a brown widow.
Ooh.
So I had no idea what the hell is a fucking brown widow and shit.
Brown, black, does it really?
I know black widow is the one that kills you if it bites you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but when I went to the on-site doctor, he looks at at the bite on my hand, and he's like, "I see 2 fang marks. Where did you stick your hand into? Let's go look for the fucking spider."
I was fingering my girlfriend.
Yeah, then something bit me.
Something bit me.
Oh, that movie Teeth. Anyways,
no.
God. Anyways, so we go check in the box. He finds this spider. He's like, oh, it's a banana spider. I'm like, is that bad? He's like, oh, it's just one of those things that bite you.
Yeah.
And then he's like, looking at it. He's like, wait a minute. This thing has an hourglass on the back of its butt. I'm like, which means it's a brown widow. I'm like, which means? He's like, you need to go to the doctor. Yeah. I'm like, fuck.
He's like, oh, it's nothing serious, but you got 3 more days.
You got 3 more days.
No, you can leave now. Get out. You're a dead man, so you might as well sleep.
Here's your severance package.
Yeah, here's your severance package. Hope you got insurance.
I did, actually, at that time. And they covered everything, but then it happened again. And this time it happened on the side of my knee. So, like, I have a scar because I didn't think it was a spider bite because I didn't see, like, the 2 little prong divots in my fucking knee. I just saw like a little rash happening, and I'm like thinking to myself like, oh well, whatever. It was starting to boil. I'm like, I don't know, something burnt me, and I didn't even fucking know. It's construction. Anything can fucking happen to you. But then when I went to the doctor, I'm like, can you take a look at this? She's like, okay, let me see. Take off your pants. She's looking at it, and she's like, it's moving. I'm like, huh? She's like, I think I know what it is, but I need to open your, like, that area. She needed to, like, cut it open. So she had a scalpel. She had another nurse come in there to help her. And I'm thinking to myself, so this is a lot of things for something that needs, like, a lot of people and a lot of tools for just needing to open a boil.
Yeah.
So she's like, lay down on the bed and, can you take pain? I'm like, yes, I guess I can. Okay, well, if you need some what's called anesthesia on that area, just let me know. But just keep in mind that your insurance only covers one shot.
Bitch.
I'm like,
shove it in your face. You couldn't just lie to you.
Yeah, I know, right?
God, this is more than enough.
Yeah. No,
I just wanted to remind you how pathetic your insurance was.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm thinking to myself, well, goddamn, how fucking expensive are these shots? So I told her, like, you know what? Just do it without the shot.
I'm going raw.
I'm going in raw, the way I like it. Bro, the minute that scalpel hit, it's the tender area. It's not like where the rough skin's at. It's on the side. The fleshy, yeah.
Soft flesh.
I shit you not. I felt my skin coming apart and shit. Like, I felt the blade gliding through my skin and everything.
Is it one of those pains where your asshole puckered immediately?
It didn't even give it the chance to pucker. It was just a... And it sucked. But I was like, you know what? I ain't no bitch. Fucking take it. What the fuck? That was my heart. My brain's like, you dumb fuck. You should have taken the freaking shot.
Yeah.
My heart's gangster. My brain ain't so much. But
I like...
when she was squeezing the side of my knee, she's like, oh yeah, a spider laid eggs inside your knee. I'm like, excuse me, what? She's like, yeah, look. And then she started squeezing the wound, and like you see like little tiny balls falling out of my fucking like the gash. She's like, yep, look at all those. We're getting them all out. Get them all out. I'm like, oh my God, this is why I fucking hate spiders, dude. I hate them with a fucking passion. I don't know if I have arachnophobia or not.
I'm pretty sure you do. It sounds like you do.
Yeah, it sounds like I do, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I've seen spiders from afar, and I'm like not freaking out. But it's when they're like right close to me, like in that house.
Or when they're crawling in your face, you're like, oh my God.
And then when I hear the fucking shit that people say, like, you get spiders down your throat when you sleep. I'm like,
yeah,
what the fuck, man? I try not to sleep with my mouth open anymore.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things that happen in my many handyman escapades.
Really? Sounds like pretty interesting. I thought when you were saying that, right when you got to the back and you heard all this like noise, like you say, had his mom locked up in chains. And
shit!
Using her as a that's some hardcore shit. I was going to rather.
I don't think I would have been talking about it. I probably would have been under some contract like you can't say shit.
Can't say shit. I couldn't even contact you today. Hey, man, you ready for the podcast? Like nothing. Blank. Who's this? Noe? What do you mean who this is? Goodbye.
You ever feel a 50 cal on your skin, pierce your skin? But that was one of them. Apart from like other stories that I have of like some people that like to give up their bodies for payment instead of...
That's a given.
Yeah, that's a given. But no, you got to stay professional.
This is America. That's how we got shit done around here.
Yeah, pretty much. I believe it. I believe it.
I mean, escorting is one of the most professional things ever since back in the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Really absolutely. It's the old American job.
It's the old American way.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's what this country was built on. Prostitution, my friend. Prostitution.
I believe it. I fucking believe it.
But after that, let's jump into our little segment that we like to give all our fans, and that's what have you been playing this week, Manuel? If any,
if you can say that. No, I've been on the. So I broke, and I bought Oblivion.
Oblivion, that old ass game.
Not old ass. You do know they remade it, right?
No. Oblivion?
Elder Scrolls Oblivion. They
remake that?
It just came out like a week or two ago. I mean, by the time that this fucking episode comes out, it's probably gonna be like a month,
2-3 weeks.
Yeah, but it just came out. I kind of broke, and I just said, like, you know what? I want to relive those moments. They did a pretty good job, man.
Is it like just a full remake? Like it's the same game except they made it pretty.
It's a remaster,
a little here and there.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They kept all all the voice lines, even the mistake ones where like there's this one where you walk up to an NPC and you talk to her because she's talking about a quest, and she says like, "Oh no, they are being attacked," and you hear, "Wait, let me try that line again." Like legit from the voice actor. It's in the game. It's in the old game, and they kept it for the new one too.
That's pretty cool.
It's dope. I like it too because there's other fucking NPCs that'll be like, "Oh no, crap, oh no!" Like they redo it again. You know, they fucked up.
Oh,
I like that because it's sort of like cool little Easter eggs, but at the same time, I'm like, really, you couldn't have thought of like maybe we should fix this, you know? But the game is good. It's fun. It's great. Like they kind of added like sort of like a. They said that they were going to try to make it like Dark Souls, a Souls-like game. They said that they were going to try to do that, but it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like a Dark Souls game. It's not intensively hard,
really?
but it's fun. It's reliving the old school and just seeing it in a better light, better graphics. Everything looks great. So that's what I've been doing right now.
And how much was it?
That's $70.
Was it $70?
$70.
Copy or down?
Digital.
Digital for 70 fucking bucks?
Yeah.
These.
Well, it's $59.99, but I mean, like, I added, I kind of got a couple of extra.
The bikini fucking DLC and all that.
Floppy ding-dongs and all that stuff.
Ding-dongs and all that stuff. That's cool. I mean, I didn't know anything about it. I'm glad I didn't. Well, I mean, now I do, but I didn't give a fuck about those games.
I mean, I'd say you should give it a shot just to see it.
Not at all.
I mean, I don't know if pay the $59.99, but maybe when it's on sale for like $10, yeah, go ahead and
I didn't like to buy myself groceries, let alone play a game I'm not even fucking excited for.
Did you even ever play it?
I've seen people play it.
Because I remember you would tell us, and a shout out to our friend David.
Yeah, and I talked about it.
And you talked about it.
The fuck out of it and annoyed the show because he did the same exact thing throughout the day. The same.
The arena?
The arena bullshit.
That's what everybody, like, it's funny because a lot of memes started popping out. And you know that meme of Tom Cruise, like, running? And they're saying that as soon as I get out of the beginning of the game, you have to start off in the sewers because you're escaping jail and so on and so forth. And, of course, you're talking to the septum. I'm not going to get into it. But once you exit the sewers, that's the end of, like, the intro.
Okay.
And then you have a whole fucking open world map. Well, a lot of people are saying as soon as I get out of sewer, what the fuck I'm doing, and it shows them running straight to the fucking arena because it's a good way to fucking level up.
I mean, I figure that's how you level up.
That's why probably our buddy David was doing it. It was the arena, just fucking getting better weapons, better armor.
Fucking day.
I mean, I don't know about that.
Every fucking day.
I've heard of farming, but not
this dude was farming off the ass. Dude had a farm and everything. His own economy in that game. It fucking annoyed the fuck out of me.
Dario.
So I never wanted to play it, especially Skyrim. I call it Skyrim.
Skyrim, yeah.
But no, I was never a fan of those games. I never will be. They're just too big. Like, is bigger really better? I know a lot of women are gonna probably be like, yes.
No. Well, actually, I've had chicks tell me, like, you know, there's a thing that's too big. So
I never heard that. That's probably what they told me. Are you sure they didn't tell you that just to make you feel better?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe so. But I mean, like, I know how to move it. I know how to.
Bitty pussy's a real thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bitty pussy is.
Absolutely. But I mean, I know how my boat moves in the ocewn.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I know how to move it.
Spoken like a true sailor.
I know when to let down the mast. I know when to let down the sails.
You know when to let down the anchor at the right pinpoint of the ocean.
And then I know when to flick. You know, it's all of that good
shoot
stuff.
The cannon.
How to shoot the cannon. I bet you're a
pro at the cannon.
Absolutely, man. I was really quick at the beginning, but then afterwards I knew when to shoot.
I like it. I love it.
Yeah, indeed.
Man of class. I didn't know that about you, man. I expect little from such a Mexican. So.
I became classy along the way. Picked up a couple of tricks.
It's the aura. You see, I'm telling you. To our listeners, the man just has this aura. It's kind of putting me at a little, like, I'm a little scared right now. I don't know what's going on with him right now.
Put the money in the bag.
Put the money in the bag. But mine's just, I'm still in the fucking third world, dude, of Wukong. And, like, I've been playing it. And yesterday, matter of fact, I went to I thought was the final boss because it felt like the final boss.
Yeah.
And it's not the final boss. And like, I'm like, God, I'm still in the third world. It's like 3 fucking weeks. And granted, I don't play a lot during the week, but I've been playing a good number of hours this past few days.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just like, God damn.
I know there's people out there that are all like, you're just wasting your time. No, you're not. You're just fucking de-stressing from your fucking work day.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with playing video games and shit like that. But
one of those guys you hear like, you play video games, you ain't a man.
yeah, like I just heard it. I've just heard it a lot, especially online and stuff like that. But I mean, for me, my mentality is if there's work, you gotta work.
Yeah.
If there's something that my dad instilled into my head is if you got time to sit down, you got time to fucking work.
Yeah.
So you need to get up, make that money. Let's go. You got to provide for your family. Be a provider. You know?
Man, you sound like one of those red pill fuck crazy motherfuckers.
I wouldn't even go that fucking far.
Like, women are trash.
Yeah, no, see, no. I love women. Women.
I love women too.
I love them.
To certain degrees.
To a certain degree.
To a certain degree.
Yeah. No, but I mean, there's a lot of talk like that online where like, if you're playing video games, you're just wasting time. No, you're not. You're de-stressing. It's good for what do they call it nowadays? Mental health?
I think that's what they call it.
They call it mental health or something.
Mental health.
Yeah, like apparently, like it's apparently you need mental health days. Back in our days, like there was no such thing as mental health. Oh, you feel depressed? Suck it up, Buttercup, and get to fucking work.
I just jerk off like crazy when I was depressed. Matter of fact, I still do.
Yeah, no, that's it. That helps. You're taking a mental health there, right there.
But speaking of the whole like, oh, you play video games. This was years ago, back when I was just barely a tech. For the job I used to work at, my lead tech, he was an older gentleman. He used to be he was like a retired power lifter and all that. He was my lead technician at the time. And, he was, I've known him for a bit. I knew him for a few years. He was one of those, like, I love pussy guys.
Okay.
Nothing but sex and stuff with that guy.
Yeah.
So I remember one time I was talking to one of the guys I worked with and he was a gamer as well. And I forgot I think it was Street Fighter 5 had just come out and I was excited. So like, I think me and him were talking and he was like, well, what are you going to do? You don't go home and play Street Fighter. I'm going to play video games pretty much. And my lead tech happened to hear, he's like, you're going to go home and play video games? He's like, you should go home and get some pussy.
No,
like,
shit. You should be ashamed
yeah,
of
like, you
yourself.
remember saying, like, dude, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't play video games. You should be going home fucking getting some pussy.
You're getting laid and
Getting
shit
laid.
like that.
Fucking
Yeah.
pathetic excuse for a boy.
Yeah. Well, was the guy that said that he was going to go home and play video games, was he married or anything, or he was just a single guy?
No, I was the one who was telling her to go and play.
Oh, you're the one that
That's
said
what I'm
it.
saying. I was the one who was like, I'm going to go home and play Street Fighter 5. Because a friend of mine,
okay.
another guy who played video games, he was a guy who I was friends with.
Right.
The lead tech, who's the one who said you should be going.
Oh, yeah.
He happened to overhear me.
Mm-hmm.
So he was just like, you should be getting pussy. I'm like,
You should have told him, like, I get it on the daily.
you see, I didn't have that. I didn't have that type of quick sass I do now. Like, but now I could crack a joke at, like, you insult me, I could say something funny right away. Back then, I used to be like, what? I used to be all embarrassed and shit.
Yeah.
Like, tuck my dick inside. Like,
You go into my shell.
yeah, go into my shell like a little turtle. But, I mean, that was about it. And I was just playing Magic, like always. I've been thinking about streaming it. I think I've said that before.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. We're getting close to that time, that time where we're gonna. I feel like our listeners should know that one of these days we're gonna start streaming the podcast, live streaming the podcast. They're gonna be able to look at our ugly mugs now and stuff like that. Probably even make it to where we're making videos and stuff. But we have something planned out for in a couple of months. Hopefully, you guys like it. Me and Noe here have been talking about it, and we're still talking about it, so that way we're on the same page. Here, we work as a team. We do things, everything together. No homo. So when it comes down to it, we're eventually going to start live streaming and hopefully including the podcast, maybe live streaming some games alongside. That way y'all can join us in the game, probably playing a MMO or something like that. Y'all can jump in with us.
What's an MMO? I'm sorry.
Oh my God, you fucking goober.
That is an MMO.
The massive multiplayer online.
Oh.
Okay. You know, those type of games where you can play with various people, like how I have my 7 Days to Die on and stuff like that.
Oh, so partying up.
And partying up.
Party chat in a sense.
Yeah, if you want to
sound... Oh, no.
You want to sound like that, like you're from the 70s or something? Sure, man. Party it up.
Party it up, dog. Peace and love everywhere.
Party on, Noe.
Party solid.
Party on.
Solid, Noe.
Party on, Wayne.
But, yeah, just playing Magic and, one thing I saw, what I was kind of confused about is, so we all know what Call of Duty.
Yeah,
we all know Call of Duty's been big for years. But
they just got Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, that too. I saw, which looked pretty cool. It looked kind of almost made me want to buy it just to play Silent Bob. But of course, I'm not going to do that because that's a big waste of my fucking money.
Yeah, pretty much.
But skins. But they announced they're remastering 2 and 3.
I'm sorry, what?
They're remastering part 2 and 3 of Modern Warfare.
Why?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Because I know they came out with re-releases of them.
Yeah, they did a remaster of 2.
Yeah. That's what I'm confused about.
They did a remaster of Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
Like, what I know is that they have campaigns on Warzone. That they added campaigns. Yeah. You just had to buy the game.
Well, I don't know how they're gonna do it because to me it's like I said, I already know they remastered 2 already. They said they're gonna remaster the old one, which I thought they already did. So I'm confused.
Well, I mean, it could be like fucking Resident Evil 4, the remaster of
the remaster.
Yeah. Because how many times did fucking Resident Evil 4 get ported into the new console?
Well, I think port's different than a remaster, don't you think?
Well, I mean, they have to up the graphics on it, don't they?
Eventually. I mean, every port, you would think they do something.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, fuck, dude. I think we talked about it before, but Resident Evil 4 was GameCube, PS2, Wii, 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360.
VR.
Oh, yeah, the VR. And then they just remastered them. They remastered
it.
Resident Evil 4, which is a great one. I mean, I know I talked about it before, but I think Resident Evil 4 is probably next to Skyrim when it comes to being ported.
Yeah, true. Because
what other game? I mean, I couldn't even say Super Mario.
Well, I mean, Super Mario 64, they get kind of like...
but nowhere close to Resident Evil.
Not as many times. Yeah, not as many times.
4 is like a... I know 2 was remastered. Oh, for the
Ocarina
3DS.
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, but that was once. Ocarina of Time was ported for the 3DS.
Well, it was ported from Nintendo 64...
Oh, the GameCube.
To the GameCube. From the GameCube to the 3DS. 3DS to the Switch. And then,
you're right. It is on the Switch.
Yeah, so they did it. They did it a couple of times for Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask too. If they did Ocarina of Time, they did Majora's Mask.
You can't do Ocarina of Time without
Majora's Mask. Yeah, because I mean,
given. That's
I saw a post online. Speaking of Majora's Mask, that they some dude was talking about how he got the Majora's Mask game, the golden cartridge.
Oh, the golden cartridge
with the cover that, like, when you kind of move it, it moves along with
particular cover.
Yeah. And he got it for $20, and he said, like, I just found this at a garage sale, got it for $20, but I'm gonna see how much it is online. Apparently, there's a big market for that fucking game. Big fucking market.
I mean, I believe it. Legend of Zelda, old Legend of Zelda games, people still buy them. Like me, I mean, I'm a collector of video games, even though I don't play my GameCube. I got pretty much all the ports for Zelda. I got the Four Swords, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, the 60
Seasons.
Yeah, I got Oracle Seasons and Ages.
Is that from... Okay, so I want to assume that you have that one game that came with all those games.
Yeah, the
collections, Master Collection or something?
Something like that, the Master Collection?
Yeah, because it has Master's Quest on there.
Yeah.
Because I remember, because I had that for my GameCube, which was Wind Waker, which was the main attraction for that game.
Yeah.
Then Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Master's Quest, Majora's Mask, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, and I think it had 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And Adventure of Link.
Adventure Link.
Yeah.
So, you ever play those old ones?
Yeah.
Did you like them?
I started with those actually.
I didn't like them.
The NES version, the first
I'm the
Legend of
first
Zelda.
one. Yeah,
I started off with that one.
I never liked them.
Really?
I didn't get into Zelda till the Super Nintendo.
Like I didn't know about all the secrets about the burning bush, the boat, and all that stuff back then. But that's what I started with. I was about my son's now younger than my son. I was like probably like 5.
Yeah, you had to be fucking like 4 or 5.
So, yeah, and I remember my brother's the one that would always be telling me right there, "Ha, you suck, you died," and stuff like that. You know,
like a true older brother.
Yeah, like a true older brother. You know,
secretly he was upset because you were better.
Yeah, right.
It's like, bitch.
Oh, it's funny because I didn't get better than him until PS1 or PS2. Probably PS2. No, GameCube, because that's when I started. I remember I'm going back a blast from the past here. I had WWE No Mercy. And then they had WWE Day of Reckoning on the GameCube.
Reckoning, yeah.
Where you create your own character and he does the campaign. I remember when we started playing that game and I used my created character to fight his, I think he was Stone Cold. I kicked his ass and he was starting to get angry. He's like, there's no way you're fucking beating me with your shitty ass created character. I'm Stone Cold. So we start going at it, kick his ass again, a third time, a fourth time. And he's just like, you know what? Fuck this game. I'm done. And he just leaves my room. That's when I started getting my sense of Saiyan pride where I'm like, that's right. I'm the king now. Yeah. I'm the prince of all Saiyans.
Yeah, he's a sore loser.
Yeah.
That reminds me of me because that happened to me once with a chick in Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
She kicked my ass. Oh. I forgot I was Cody, and Cody's the one in the gel cell outfit, chained. He's a blonde guy. I don't know if you remember him.
Cody,
yeah.
Yep.
Cody. I was him, and she was T-Hawk. Grappler.
Really?
The big fucking...
Is he still into the games now?
No, the new one, it's his daughter or a disciple. She pretty much plays the same as him, but
right.
she has like 2 bars or something. Like some Indian tools, whatever. This chick whooped my ass, dude. She kicked my ass, and I was in front of and it was at a friend's house back in my friend's apartment. It used to be the kickback place because we would always get baked and drink and play video games all day. And one of the main ones was Street Fighter 4.
Sounds like the life.
It was, and like I was pretty good. Well, this chick kicked my ass, and like I was so upset that like the way it would work was loser passes the controller.
Yeah,
this was on the 360.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, and like when I lost, I was like, no. I kept the controller.
Yeah,
like, no.
Fuck you.
Yeah, and like one of the guys was like, no, for real? Like, just you lost. And I'm like, no. And guess what? I played her, and I lost again.
It happens.
Yeah, dude. I was so ashamed of myself. I was like, damn, dude. I look like a sore loser. Plus, on top of that, I lost again. I couldn't even back it up.
Yeah, no, it happens because I remember when that happened with my brother. A friend of his and my brother-in-law were in the room again, like we were playing again, and I kicked his ass, and my brother's like, no, you gotta understand, he's just in here playing this fucking game, I'm over here doing things.
Yeah, I have a life. I have a life.
He doesn't have a life. I'm like, I'm 10. What the fuck are you talking about? But it happens, dude. You kind of have to pass the torch down. Like, for example, I bought my kids Mario Kart 8. They weren't going to beat me, and I wasn't going to let them beat me. I love my kids, but not enough to let them beat me.
That's when you know there's a certain, like, what did I call it? Line of, like, I love you, but I don't love you that much, son.
You're going to learn today what Daddy wants to change.
Like that one video with the guy, you ever see that? I think we talked about before where he boots up an old golden eye. And like he hasn't played since a kid. He's just like with his fist up in the air, like, oh,
you about to feel it?
You can see him going Ultra Instinct already. Like, god damn, like the hype behind N64 is for real. Especially the 007 beginning.
Yeah. And then the Bond walking into the middle screen, shooting the screen. And damn, dude. So there used to be this party, this acquaintance that would have parties. He would have like little tournament parties that me and my ex would get invited to where basically he would have tournaments for Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat on his N64 and stuff like that.
Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct, the old school, just that
favorites.
Ultra combos, dude. It's the fucking shit. But so basically he had a Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64, not Melee, not none of that. No, it was on Nintendo 64. I came in second for the Smash Bros, but for the Mario Kart, I came in first, and I got this little tiny plastic trophy.
Okay.
Every year, you're supposed to pass it to the next one.
Okay.
Well, when I won, that was the last party that I went to. So I still have this little fucking trophy.
You got away with the gold.
I got away with the gold. Never passed it down, dude. So it's somewhere in my fucking basement. Yeah, like San Antonio has basements. And my attic. I'm not gonna look for it. Yeah. I'm not gonna fucking look for it. It's gonna be lost to time.
How do you think it felt for that one kid that won the year after? Like he probably trained. He put hours of work in on the game, and then he was like, I'm going to take the trophy home. He finally won.
I'm coming after you, man. I'm coming after you. And then next year I wasn't there. They're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude.
Trained his whole life. His whole year went away because
just to kick my ass.
Just to kick your ass.
What's even funnier is that I never even trained. Never fucking trained, dude. I pulled off all the fucking moves that I saw on a stream.
Yeah.
A streamer pulled off. And I won. I got first place.
Damn.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ruining some kid's life.
Yeah, pretty sure. It was a couple of years ago. But anyways, so I'm looking at our board here, board of topics, and I'm really, really interested in this topic that you wrote down.
Okay. Which one?
The 8-year-old.
Ah, yes. So usually I save our bad, our little.
Wait,
dark.
Is this a dark one?
It's not. It's bad.
It's bad. Okay.
It's fucked up.
Okay. Then out of the ones that you wrote, which was the least? Is the least fucked up?
Man, okay, you know what? Okay.
Go for the least one right now.
I'll go for at least.
Let's
okay.
leave the 8-year-old.
We don't need to touch too much talk. I didn't research too much, but this is something that'll hit us in the feels and especially our audience, because our audience is really around our age.
Yeah.
So I just found out that they're making a live action Toys R Us film.
What?
Yeah.
Like a documentary?
No, it's going to be some movie. It's going to be some live action movie.
Uh-huh.
They're in the works of making a Toys R Us live action movie. It's not a documentary. They haven't said who's going to produce it. Like, I don't know, Sony, Warner Brothers, or this might just be a Netflix thing.
Yeah.
Like, more than likely a Netflix thing.
Yeah.
But I thought that was kind of interesting. Like,
you know what's funny?
What?
I worked there.
You work there?
Yeah, I worked there.
Oh, you worked there?
Yeah, a long fucking time ago. Yeah. I worked at Toys R Us.
Yeah, I only went to Toys R Us once in my life. And let me tell you, it is that saying of, I don't know, when a kid walks in that place, and of course, the actual child, not like teenager.
Yeah, no.
It's heaven. I remember just being overwhelmed. Overwhelmed with toys.
That was back in the day. That was my
the 90s. Like, I'm talking like that was probably 97, 96.
Yes, that was back in the day. That was my fucking every time my dad's all like, "So what do you want to do this weekend, son?" Toys R Us. Toys R Us. It was Toys R Us. He's like, "I can take you to Disney World or something, but you picking Toys R Us." I'm like, "Dad, just be happy that I'm saving you money."
It's a place to kick your kid.
It's a place where, oh my God, you just hit me in the feels.
Yeah,
fuck in hell. But that was the place to go when you were a kid.
Yeah,
they always had display cases for Nintendo and shit like that. They always had display cases for like video games. They always had like the demos. They always had like even the full games. I remember, and a lot of people say that there's no way they could have, but I remember them having Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Damn.
And displaying, like, you could play it.
Hell yeah.
And it wasn't a demo, it was the full game because they never released a demo for it.
Yeah.
But everybody tells me there is no fucking way because that game was too graphic for children. I'm like, I remember it clearly. I remember fucking pegging a bee with the fucking acorn.
Yeah.
With the fucking acorn and shit like that with this little slingshot and shit. And then going to see the catfishes and shit.
Oh, the catfishes? Yeah.
Yeah, and having them get eaten by that big ass
fish.
bulldog. Yeah, dude, I remember that.
Lane.
And have all those kids around me like freaking the fuck out, dude. It was hilarious.
Mommy, what's that? Hush.
Dude, get away from him. Get away from him, Timmy.
Mommy's got some video games to play for herself tonight.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That game was something else, I'll tell you that. But Toys R Us, but they're making a film?
Mm-hmm.
Like what is it going to be like? Some sort of like.
Well, that's what I'm curious. Is it going to be a kid like stumbles into this wonderland and what it feels like, or are they going to base it off the giraffe? Like we're going to see a live action. Of course, it's going to be a CGI.
Most likely, if it's about Jeffrey the giraffe.
Jeffrey the giraffe. Thank you, Jeffrey the giraffe.
But I mean, or maybe some kid stumbles into an old closed Toys R Us and hits a time rift and they go back in time and...
That's an idea right there.
Yeah.
That is an idea.
I should patent that.
Yeah, patent that, because that is an idea. Kid slips into a time rift. Like, it's a kid from our era where it's all tablets. Like touch screen. He accidentally stumbles into a realm, like an open, like, time... What do they call it?
Time warps.
A time warp or a time shift tear. A time tear,
yeah.
Time tear. He walks through and, like, he lands... And, like, it's the 80s. Because I think Toys R Us came out in the late 80s. I think so.
That is a good fucking question.
I'm sure in the 80s.
Well, like, whenever it came out, because, I mean, I know for a fact that they were around for a while. And they closed down when... God.
Yeah, it was in the 80s. I'm looking it up right here.
You are?
Yeah, it was in the 80s. It came out in the 80s.
In the 80s. So then when did they close down?
They closed down maybe, what is it like, are we 2025? I want to say 2018?
2018, June 2018. The Toys R Us closed its U.S. stores in June 2018. The company had filed for bankruptcy in 2017 and announced the closure of all its U.S. stores in March 2018.
U.S. stores? They're still rocking in Japan.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know about Japan, but... There's got to be, like...
North Korea, same shit.
But, I mean... Okay, so why did they permanently close Toys R Us? Toys R Us was no longer able to compete by offering the lowest prices for the widest choice.
Well, yeah, because everything's shit to you now.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they could have, like, opened up some kind of, like, distribution center.
They could have. But that kind of defeats the purpose of Toys R Us. Because Toys R Us was meant for kids to go in. It wasn't meant to be bought online.
That is true.
It was meant for kids to go and be amazed.
And now that I think about it, there was delivery options for shit like toy houses and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I guess you're right, yeah.
It was meant to be
in store, yeah.
Yeah, it was meant to be experienced. So... Yeah, it was a time staple for sure. That's why, too, like, I think we talked about it before, but, like, malls and shit, like, outlet stores are being shut down. What did I see today, actually, that was Jack in the Box? I mean, this is food.
Jack in the Crack.
Jack in the Crack's closing 100 stores because they're losing money.
And it doesn't surprise me, man. I'm sorry. I love Jack in the Box.
I love their tacos.
Dude, their tacos are the fucking main
and
thing.
Breakfast Jacks. I love their Breakfast Jacks.
I've never had a Breakfast Jack.
They're fucking delicious.
But... their tacos are the main thing. Their Jumbo Jack, the ultimate bacon cheeseburger. Dude, I can go on. But the thing that I've noticed, so there's one by my house. There is one Jack in the Box, and I hate the fuck out of it.
Okay.
They always take so fucking long. Like, my usual order is the Jumbo Jack or the ultimate bacon cheeseburger with an order of tacos.
Mm-hmm.
How fucking complicated is that order? Not at all. Why is it that every time that I've ordered that fucking combo, it takes them fucking 30 to 45 minutes to get it to me?
You would think it'd be cheap. I mean, fast, because technically, when you think about it, they're just putting your food in a microwave.
If anything's on the grill, it's just a patty to reheat it.
To reheat.
Reheat it.
You want to know what I always get? This is what I always get for Jack in the Box. I get 8 orders of tacos and 3 Breakfast Jacks. And I finish that all in a sitting. I'm a fat fuck for food.
But I mean, that's protein for you, and that's
sort of,
man. That's you're a bodybuilder, man. So
I wouldn't say bodybuilder. I'm in the. I like to lift heavy things and put them down. That's what I like to call it. I don't know about bodybuilder.
So a power lifter in that. You're basically.
I'm like maybe a mix between. I like to listen to bodybuilders, but I like to work out like powerlifters,
like Mark Repito and all that.
I don't know any of those names, but sure. I don't know any.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Ryan, if you're listening, man, come to teach this guy something.
Probably. I'm always up for being taught some things.
No, basically, so for me, a lot of people tell me it's the same fucking thing, but like I've said before, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before on this podcast, where like a bodybuilder and a power lifter are 2 different types of weightlifter.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So that's why when you're from what you're telling me, you like to pick up heavy things and put them down. I want to assume that you're a power lifter because you do heavy weights but low sets, or you probably do some sort of like do you? Well, God damn it! It kind of has to be in a sort of like kind of like a circle of questions because. So, do you do any cardio?
Yeah, I do cardio when I fuck.
Well, besides when you're fucking,
I do Stairmaster. That's about it.
Stairmaster. Mm-hmm. So you're working your glutes and your fucking thighs on that, but you're also working on your stamina.
Yeah.
So you don't do any hit cardio.
Yeah.
No?
No.
So then, yeah, no.
I beat my dick like I'm doing hit cardio.
So yeah, then you're a power lifter in my eyes because you're just like, you're increasing your weight. Have you plateaued yet?
I'm pretty sure I have by now.
Well, have you like gotten to a weight where you like 1 week you're at that weight and then the next week you couldn't even 5 pounds?
I'm natural.
Yeah, well, of course. No, because, okay, so I've gotten a lot of fucking shit for this. Because in my personal opinion, I really believe that a human body is limitless.
Mm.
I could be wrong. Maybe a scientist out there can be like, no, you're stupid.
You've been watching too many movies.
No, I've been watching too much DBZ.
That's true. Probably.
No, but I honestly do believe because as long as you work for it, I'm pretty sure you can attain it. No matter what, like you can keep going and going and going. I mean, yeah, you're going to plateau at a certain point, but even then you can pass that plateau if you keep working on it. You know?
I get what you're saying. I understand. And there's a good quote that a great man once said. His name was Goku. Some called him Kakarot, or his grandpa called him Son Goku.
Son Goku.
There was a moment when he was he happened to be passed away, and this is during the Cell games when Gohan. I don't know, people are like, this dude sounds so into it, but it's like, but he's talking about DBZ. But there was a moment in DBZ where Gohan's giving up against Cell.
Yeah.
This was towards the end, and like that he has a little memory or like some type of communiance with Goku, because Goku's already dead. This is when he did the after like transport, and then turns out he didn't kill Cell like always. He never kills him.
I'm gonna punch you in the face for saying that, but I mean, no, go on.
You know what I'm saying, God.
Yeah.
But no,
instant
let me have
transmission.
Yes, instant transmission. Yes, okay. But there's a moment where Gohan was giving up, and Goku says, power comes in a need, not a desire.
Okay, good. You got it.
Yeah, I got it.
I was about to get angry, but you got it.
No, and that's, for a cartoon, that's a quote I still sticks to my head.
Well, I mean,
because it's true. He is right. Like, think about it. Bad guys and all that, they're based on power.
Yeah.
The guys who end up overshadowing them, it's because it's a moment of need, not because they want the power. It's just that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. I'll give it to you.
So yeah, like a great man Goku once said.
Yeah, no, that's my descendant. My ancestor. But I mean, what I mean for when like a person like plateaus, it's like something that they've been on for like weeks and years maybe. I've heard of that too. Because there's one thing that I've always wanted to try, and the strongman competition. I'll that could be something in my bucket list. Join a strongman competition, even
Spartan
if I'm
race.
Oh fuck, dude!
You gotta train for that.
That's
you
like
really
what?
Gotta train.
You gotta do what, 10K?
I don't know about 10K. I think like 2 or 3. 10K's a lot.
But that's the Spartan race, ain't it? That's it's sort of like a triathlon, ain't it?
It's a triathlon, but I don't think it's no fucking 10K.
There's something like that. It's something. I don't know. It's along those lines where like you do like something where you're pushing the fuck out of your body.
Yeah, you're pushing the fuck out of your body.
To where they're like at the end of the race or something like that. They're like almost dying.
Yeah.
So, but this is what I like about I guess the whole fitness industry. There's like points where like you've had to push past your limits, and I love that. I love working towards something like that. But when it comes to like me want to be in a strongman competition, just to say that I was in it. I don't care if I don't get past the first round. I was in it, but there's one thing that I've always wanted to try, and it's the Atlas hold. Do you know which one's that one? where they're holding the two pillars.
Oh yeah,
They're holding
that's
the two
some
pillars.
Kratos shit
Yeah,
right
yeah, that's
there.
what I'm saying, dude. Like, they're just holding two pillars. I can't remember what the weight of the pillars are, but apparently it's timed. What you can last.
Yeah, it's how long you could hold.
Yeah. And that's something I've always wanted to fucking try. Just that, the Atlas hold. I don't know why they're
Chains
just
of Olympus holding you together.
That's what I'm saying. Just holding those two pillars, see how long I could last on that shit. It could be like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I don't know. And maybe that's even too much from what I'm like maybe used to.
It's a lot of weight.
Because I've had a lot of people tell me like, dude, you're naturally strong. You're like, I don't know why the fuck you're always downplaying yourself. I'm like, well, I don't know.
Moms will tell you anything.
Well, moms will tell you anything. Yeah, my mom always tells me I'm a disappointment. I should have been a doctor. But other than that, I mean, I think I'm doing good. But it's something I would love to fucking try. Mm-hmm. Will it be a pain in the ass? Sure. Yeah. Anything's a pain in the ass when you're trying to work towards something better. Mm-hmm. But that's something that's in my bucket list. Try the Atlas hold.
You think taking in the ass is a pain in the ass?
I want to give you the pun, but god damn it, you kind of threw
me.
You threw me off so badly with that. Kudos. But there's also one thing that I was never good at was the sandbag toss.
Oh shit! Yeah.
The over the shoulder.
Yeah,
I was never good at that. I sucked so bad. I don't know how you are on those.
I never done them.
You never done them?
No.
Man, I need Ryan, I'm gonna give you a call. We're gonna pop into your fucking place and we're gonna do all this shit. He would kick my ass with a lot of fucking things, dude. A lot of fucking things. The tire flips.
Oh, I love tire flips.
He had like sort of like a tractor tire in his garage.
The big ass tires.
Yeah, he had that. That would kick my ass. You know, flip it. Now jump through it to the other side. Now flip it back the other way.
Bop it.
Twist it. Twist his dick into and
now fuck it.
No, damn.
Like all serious now.
This
fuck it.
Huh? But there was just so many like workouts that just like caught my attention with a lot of things, and I'm like, what? When am I gonna fucking use this in real life?
You never know.
And I shut my own self up when I was working for that construction company because a lot of the lifts that I was doing and working out, I was doing in there. I carried a 300-pound door up a flight of stairs.
Nice.
I think it was 5 stories.
Damn.
Because they had ceramic in them and they were 300 pounds. They had me and a couple of our other guys do it, and like the guy was saying like, dude, you're able to go up a flight of stairs without stopping. That is fucking intense.
Was your wife's boss right there watching? Her pussy was getting all wet?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
She's like, oh, God, look at that.
God damn.
I've never been into beaners, but my God.
I'm going to have them clean my pool. And we don't even...
Literally. We don't even own a pool.
We don't even own the pool.
Yeah, shock it with chlorine. You know what I mean?
He's going to learn how to shoot his cannon tonight.
Oh, shit.
But, yeah, no, that's just me. That's just... I'm that type of person that's cocky.
Oh, I could tell.
I'm cocky, and like if you tell me like you can't lift that, I'm gonna look at you dead in the eye, and I'm like, bet.
Lift it and then go home with a broken back.
Do you own a lifting belt?
Yeah, I have a lifting belt.
You have a lifting belt?
Yeah.
How often do you use it?
I use it when I squat and deadlift. Yeah.
Squat and deadlifts.
Yeah.
No overheads, nothing like that.
I don't wear it when I do overheads. I do all that stuff, but not when I do overhead. Shit like that.
So you like safety? You like to be safe?
Yeah, sure. I don't want to fucking die.
I remember like the I think I lifted 275 without a lifting belt.
That's nice.
And it hurt.
Something broke.
Something broke.
Something broke. Wasn't too sure. I still don't know what it was this day, but I do know I can't take a shit.
When I have to wipe, I have to like lean.
I really gotta lean back.
I
really gotta lean back. Sometimes I don't even wipe. I take a shower just to clean myself.
That sounds something like from personal experience.
Oh, definitely. I was a lazy fucking kid back in the day. But fuck that. Save the toilet paper. I'm jumping in the shower, not knowing that you get charged for your water bills.
Yeah.
But one thing I did want to touch on, and we talked about it last week, the Switch 2. So remember we were talking about the pre-orders? Well, supposedly it changed again. That the pre-orders are maxed.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, I think I just blew out the listeners' fucking ears. But god damn, are you serious?
Maxed out on the pre-orders for the Switch. I told you it didn't matter. Even if people pull out, there's other people.
There's gonna be idiots that actually fucking buy it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
All right. Okay. Let's be serious. You gonna get a Switch too? Okay. I'm not saying on release day, but will you?
Yeah.
All that shit. And he's like, yeah, I already got it.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna lie to you because it's like I told you when I bought the first Switch, I bought the second gen. So I think that was a year after it first came out.
Yeah.
But god damn it, like I don't know, like it's just the pricing that they're putting on everything, all the video games, all the accessories, and
it's like I said, people are gonna still buy it regardless. We can talk shit all we want, and I'm not just saying us. I'm talking about people in general. Everyone's upset about it, but guess what? People are still buying it, and a lot of those people that are talking shit about it, they're already pre-ordered.
If anything, I'm probably gonna buy a PS5 at that point.
Oh, speaking of that, glad you brought that up. So supposedly, and I touched on this before, but supposedly it's been confirmed, PS6 will be here around 2017 or early 2018.
I fucking told
28. I mean 2017, 27 or early 28.
I fucking told you. Like, I mean, that's why I kept on telling you and Isaac, I'm just going to wait for the PS6. I'm just going to wait because it's right around the fucking corner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, legit. It's right around the fucking corner. When did PS5 come out?
Shit, it hasn't been that long. Maybe 3 years?
3 years. So 2028, it's going to be 8 years. It's the normal time span of a fucking console release.
Well, 360 and PS3 were around for a bit. They were around for maybe almost 10 years.
Well, that's because they kind of peaked at that time.
Well, at that time.
At that time, they kind of peaked. Like, we have, like, the highest fucking graphic settings at this point. But then, of course, they made a breakthrough, like everything, man. So,
but the thing is, too, AI is a big thing now.
AI.
And AI is going to help with gaming, no matter what. Even if you don't like AI, AI will be abducted into gaming.
Yeah, no. There's no fucking question about that. There's no fucking question. It's going to happen.
Like, if the Switch 2 is doing the whole live stream thing where with you could play and show yourself playing with your friends, not even be on Twitch.
Yeah.
They're going to implement you using AI, maybe not on the Switch 2, maybe the Switch 3 or whatever, but they're going to be like, oh, you could have an AI custom avatar that talks for you.
A fucking VTuber.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads me to the point of like,
but here's my thing. Who's going to break the ice and start fucking on Nintendo Switch 2?
Yeah,
Someone's playing Mario Kart, you hear like the macaroni sounds and shit.
Yeah. That's some high quality mac and cheese.
That's some high quality. Like, this game was worth the $80.
Yeah, exactly. Well, speaking of VTubing and stuff like that, that kind of brings me on to like, what do you know about VTubers?
I'll tell you this right now. I'm glad you brought that up. I don't know a fucking thing.
You know?
I've heard the name, but can you touch base just a little for the audience?
So for those of you that don't know, VTubing is basically people that make an avatar, a 3D avatar, or sometimes even a static image of an avatar that instead of them showing their cam, like, and showing their face,
it's an avatar.
It's an avatar talking to them. There's some people that paid thousands of dollars to get it rigged to the point where it's following their movements, their eye movements, their lip movements, everything, expressions and everything.
From the ass crack to the eyebrows.
Yeah,
love it.
No, absolutely.
Love it.
There is a couple of those out there. But one of the things that like I kind of trip out about is that there's actually drama on these VTubers out there, dude.
Well, there's always going to be drama.
But
it's America.
Dude, how can you have drama about characters? I don't understand this. I mean, yeah, there's probably like drama in your real life, but you're a character. You're kind of putting up a front. Some of them, yeah, they're playing themselves, but just as an anime character. But others are like they're playing a role, and there's drama in between it. I don't understand it. In all honesty, like it kind of trips me the fuck out. There's a couple of like VTubers. Of course, I'm not gonna mention their names because they're going through it right now, but that they're going through some shit where I'm like, bruh, you're a character. It's like something like if we were watching a show and there was, I don't know, drama between Goku and Luffy from One Piece.
Oh, okay. It's like who?
Oh, god damn it. Give me a rock. No, I mean, get a little context in here, guys. No, he's not much of an anime watcher. Yeah, not much of an anime watcher.
I watch real cartoons.
Yeah, real.
Ed, and Eddie.
Ed and Eddie. I mean, that whistling.
You mock the son of a shepherd?
Do you live in a cave? Oh, man. Ed and Eddie, fuck, dude. That was my fucking childhood.
That was my favorite show, cartoons ever.
Cartoon Network.
Sorry to get touched off topic, but yeah.
No, I'm kind of like driving off of it
if
too.
you could have a choice, let's talk golden age cartoons. Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Dude, God, that's a versus.
That's a versus right there. Cartoon Network. Yeah, I'm gonna put the segment on right now. Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, man? Because I grew up a Nickelodeon kid.
Yes.
But then when we were able to pay for fucking cable and not steal it from our neighbors,
yeah,
I became a Cartoon Network kid. Kids Next Door, fucking Ed, Edd and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Dude,
Powerpuff Girls. I was a Powerpuff Girls guy. I love
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls was the shit.
Yeah,
dude. Come on now, don't try and be all man right here. You know you watch that shit.
No, of course, dude. Just I always laughed at the mayor with this hot ass fucking secretary and shit.
Oh, what was her name? Miss Jane or
Miss Bellum?
Miss Bellum. There you go.
There was actually at one of the cons that I went to. Actually, it was here in San Antonio, in San Japan. There was a dude walking around as the mayor. He was dressed up, cosplayed as the mayor, and he had his wife as Miss Bellum, and she pulled off the part perfectly, dude. And everybody was staring. Everybody was oogling her. But of course, the guys are like, I knew what I was getting myself into. Mm-hmm. I knew that she was gonna get stared at. Of course, she's Miss Bellum, somebody that like a bunch of these kids had a crush on, dude.
Yeah, you're putting prime rib in a room full of starving African children. That's what it is.
Starving wolves, actually.
Yeah,
like,
starving wolves.
Dude, those dudes were fucking oogling like bad.
Is your wife a fan of chlorophyll?
Shit. God damn it. But fuck, what was besides Powerpuff Girls? What was besides
Cow and Chicken?
Oh.
Dexter's Laboratory.
What was the name of that other cartoon? And it wasn't even a Cartoon Network show. Oh, look at them doing that. Ain't that cute?
Oh,
it's long.
Two stupid dogs. Yeah, two stupid dogs, dude. Oh man,
that character ain't that cute, but it's long.
Dude, too stupid. I totally forgot about Two Stupid Dogs.
I fucking love that show.
Two Stupid Dogs was Cartoon Network.
Was it Cartoon Network?
It was Cartoon Network.
Ren and Stimpy.
Nickelodeon.
Damn, that's a division right there because Ren and Stimpy was one of them.
Okay, I'm going to tell you who, and it's a hard one because there's sometimes where I got to say it's a tie, but no, because I'm going against what I always want. There always has to be a winner here. Mm-hmm. There can't be a tie, even if you wanted it to, because I want it to be, but I'm going with Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network is damn.
Because honestly, Cow and Chicken, Two Stupid Dogs, Powerpuff Girls, and like I said, Ed, Edd and Eddie. Ed, Edd and Eddie's always going to be my number one cartoon. I love Ed, Edd and Eddie.
I mean, what about Rocko's Modern Life?
No, well, that's the thing. That's the hard part because I was a huge fan of Rocko. I love
All Real Monsters.
Which one?
All Real Monsters.
Yeah, like I love that. Like you said, I was a Nickelodeon kid.
Yeah, I grew up a Nickelodeon kid and then moved to fucking Cartoon Network.
That's the same shit that happened with me. It was a Nickelodeon. Then when my mom finally could afford to get cable, it was Cartoon.
It was Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network blew because it was cartoons all day.
Yeah,
all day. Because Nickelodeon went from Nick at Night.
It went from Nick Jr. to Nickelodeon to Nick at Night.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna say, do you remember Nick Jr.? Do you remember Face?
Oh god damn it,
Face. And you would change colors. Damn.
Fuck dude. Yeah. Well, wasn't that? No, that was later on in the fucking years. But they had Franklin.
What is Franklin? That sounds the turtle.
The turtle, yeah,
yeah,
and Little Bear.
Yeah. Well, since we're hitting childhood, what about PBS? Do you remember Wishbone, Arthur? Do you remember Wishbone though?
Yes,
dude. I love Wishbone.
The Reading Rainbow.
Yes, Reading Rainbow. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Dude, that was like the golden age of children.
Yes,
because now all our kids. Because sex is everywhere. Our kids already know about gangbangs when they're 3 years old. Me, I was here impressed with a talking dog.
Yeah,
I
right.
knew it wasn't really talking, but somehow in my head, I was like, no, that dog's talking. That dog's talking.
Yeah, there's something wrong here.
Yeah, there's something wrong here, but I totally believe it.
Mom, what did you put in my nest quick?
Tricks are for kids.
Tricks. Fuck, dude, you're bringing me down memory lane.
Childhood era in this episode.
Yeah.
I don't know what I should call this episode. Right in the fields of the children.
Right in the fields.
Don't let your kids watch this.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, if they freaking watch this or listen to this, they're not gonna know what the fuck we're talking about.
They're not gonna know.
They're not gonna know Wishbone. Zaboomafoo,
Dude,
Zaboomafoo.
I love Zaboomafoo.
Fuck Arthur.
What about? Do you remember the puzzle place with the puppets?
Yeah,
the puzzle play. Oh, what about lions with
the
the lions? What was it called? Not secondhand lions. Damn it!
Oh fuck, dude.
It was something lions, and it was like puppets of lions in like a library.
Mr. Rogers' Neighbor.
Mr. Rogers, that dude. Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, dude.
So I wish I had.
Right, dude. Okay, so they did a YouTube video where they were showing kids. It was a React channel. I'm trying to remember.
To Mr. Rogers.
They were reacting to Mr. Rogers, and they had a bunch of kids watching it, but the kids' parents were there.
And the kids' parents are crying.
The kids,
that would have been me.
Yes, dude.
Like, no joke, that would have been me. It would have hit me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the parents were all like, oh, man, this is Mr. Rogers. Look at that. He used to teach you about all these things. And the kids are all like, really? Wow. The kids were into it.
Mm-hmm.
They were into it. They were like watching Mr. Rogers, and Mr. Rogers like, welcome to my neighborhood, neighbor. I'm like, holy fuck. He was taking off them penny loafers.
Dude, he was a pimp. When you really think about it, right when he walked into that, because you remember he would always walk in the beginning, and he would change his outfit out and get more drip.
He would put on a cardigan or something
like
a sweater.
Damn, dude, he was slapping hoes on the streets and being classy at his own home. I love it, dude.
Bro.
And the man is a legend.
Bro, dude, like R.I.P. Mr. Rogers, dude. Didn't Tom Hanks do a movie as him? Like, he did the role of Mr. Rogers?
I never seen it, but I heard it was good. I heard people were crying.
Yes.
That's why I'm scared to watch it.
That's the reason I said, too. I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm going to be crying like a little bitch, dude. But apparently he did a really fucking good job. But, damn,
all people.
That's a new challenger right there. PBS.
I still have to go with Cartoon Network.
Now, wait.
Shit.
Here comes a new challenger alongside with PBS, Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon.
Don't tell me Nick at Night, because
no, because that's not a kids show.
Okay, what are we talking? Tell me, give it to me.
The WB.
Oh man, but if you're throwing the WB, you gotta throw the Fox Kids.
Fox Kids,
yeah, Fox Kids.
It's a fatal 5-way.
Dude, this is a fatal 5-way. This is a chunk. This is from
WB had what? WB was Fox, wasn't it?
No. Fox and WB are totally different.
Two different things?
Yeah, they're two different.
Because, I mean, who had the Shaman King?
Shaman King?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
That was on WB. Because WB had Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, WB had Yu-Gi-Oh!
And they had Men in Black, the animated series.
Dude, okay, hold on. Before we continue, Men in Black, if you don't remember the Men in Black in that intro, you're missing out as a 90s kid.
Yeah.
That was a fucking killer intro.
Yeah.
But anyways, please proceed.
No, well, I mean, there was Men in Black. They had
Godzilla. They had a Godzilla.
They had Godzilla.
Godzilla was dope.
That was a good one, dude. What else did they have? They had Shaolin Showdown.
I love Shaolin Showdown.
Shaolin Showdown was good.
And yeah.
Oh, goddamn. Well, I'm trying to think. Dude, feel free to put in more, dude. What did Fox Kids have?
Well, wasn't WB Pokemon?
Pokemon?
It wasn't Fox. It had to be Pokemon. Well, who was Digimon? Because Digimon, they were on two different ones. They weren't on the same platform.
That is a good fucking question.
Fuck. I'm pretty sure, look it up, but I'm pretty sure WB was Pokemon. And then Fox was Digimon.
Damn, because I mean... Wait, where was Monster Rancher?
That's fuck Monster Rancher. That one was with Digimon, I believe, in the same platform. Monster Rancher. I remember Monster Rancher. I remember getting the PS1 Monster Rancher game, but it was just a card game. I didn't understand it, but I didn't give a fuck because I just loved the Monster Rancher.
So yes, the English dub version of Digimon was premiered on Fox Kids on August 14th, 2 days before my birthday, by the way, on 1999.
Fuck, 99.
It was 7 Entertainment, which was also Power Rangers.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. The OG of all kids cartoons. Well, not cartoons, but shows.
In general.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. How could we forget?
Power Rangers,
I feel disgusted for even not remembering Power Rangers.
Pokemon was on Kids WB.
See, exactly. See, I told you there were, yeah. So they were off. They were on the different.
Yeah, they were on different ones.
But here's a question. I've had this conversation with people who are fans of both. And I know we're doing a versus of platforms of shows that, networks, but Pokemon or Digimon?
Damn, that's a good question because, I mean, I do like the whole Agumon, Digivolve too.
You like when they talk to you? They're little sidekicks?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to say Digimon. I love Pokemon, don't get me wrong.
And Monster Rancher was a Fox Kids.
Yeah, Fox Kids.
Fox Kids, yeah. Damn, dude. Fuck, dude. That's intense. So, damn, that Fatal 5-Way kind of got a little hardcore there. I'm still going to go Cartoon Network. Yeah. No, I'm still going Cartoon Network because Ed, Edd n Eddy was a staple in my fucking childhood.
That is my childhood,
Yeah.
Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Kids Next Door, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Powerpuff Girls. I mean, Cow and Chicken. Ren and Stimpy was Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I loved Ren and Stimpy. Ooh, okay, so since we're talking about Nickelodeon, we haven't really Rugrats, but Angry Beavers.
Oh my god,
Angry Beavers, dude. I loved Angry Beavers, dude.
Doug.
Love Doug. Love Doug.
Let's see what else.
Hey Arnold, did you like Hey Arnold?
Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold.
Hey dude.
Hey Arnold.
Dude, I used to know a kid like Arnold. It's funny that you mentioned that, right?
Badass room and shit, and you were
no. Well, he did have a badass room. I remember when I went to his house, he had a badass fucking room. He didn't have the stereo like Arnold did.
Where you just hit a remote and shit, just flip where you open the skyscraper.
Yeah, and then he had the seat that would pull out from the wall. Yeah.
Shit, Arnold, for a kid, Arnold didn't know he had a fucking player room.
He had a fucking dope-ass fucking...
And he was living with his grandparents?
Yeah.
Bringing pussy up,
Well, he was in the attic, wasn't he? He was living in the attic, yeah. And he fucking pimped that shit out, dude.
That was every kid's childhood fucking room to have.
Yeah, that was every kid's fucking dream to have, dude. Let's see. There was Hey Arnold. And, it's funny because the kid that I knew, he had a badass room because he had a bunch of... he had a Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and a PS1.
Oh, he was one of those kids.
He was one of those kids that his dad got him everything, and then later on I came to find out that his dad was connected.
Shit.
Yeah. But then also... he had the studio lights. Those were his lights for his room. It wasn't like he had a remote and then he would turn them on. But as soon as he turned on the lights, studio lights, like, brightened up his room and shit like that. Then his TV was one of those big ass fucking box TVs that we were playing fucking DK64. We were playing Ocarina of Time.
Nice.
Sometimes we'd be playing Super Mario World and all that stuff, dude. What else did he have? He didn't have the stereo like Hey Arnold, but he had one of those old school Macintosh computers.
Oh, shit.
The colored ones?
Yeah, the colored ones?
Yeah, he had one of those. I'm not going to say his name, but the reason I say he was also like Hey Arnold is because when you talk to him, I'd be like, I'm going to call him David.
Okay.
Every time I saw him at school, dude, I'd be like, hey, David. He's like, hey. Just calm.
Yeah, just calm.
A calm demeanor. Yeah, like, hey, how's it going? This dude, his grandpa put screws in his shoes.
Okay.
And the soles of his shoes. And we always told him, like, hey, David, you know you have soles in your shoes. You have screws in your shoes. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, for what? To kick harder. I'm like, to kick harder? Because they were in the front.
Yeah.
They were in front. So, like, nothing was touching his toes.
Okay.
Nothing was touching his toes, but he just told his grandpa, can you put, like, screws on my shoes? His grandpa was like, sure, why not? And sure enough, like, I remember him kicking a soccer ball, and that sucker went far. I remember as a kid, I was like, damn, he's right. Went home and asked my dad, hey, Dad, can you put screws in my shoes? He's like, no. What are you, stupid? No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to waste a good screw.
I'm not going to waste a good screw. Shitty shoe.
But this kid had everything. He had, like, a bunch of Hot Wheels on the wall. His dad, like, made his room, like, all badass and stuff with the studio lights, big-ass screen TV. But I remember when I met his dad, I asked him, like, man, that must have been really expensive. He's like, yeah. But he's earned it. He was a straight-A student. Straight-A student. He had everything he wanted because he was a straight-A student. So
I thought when he said it must have been a lot of money. He's like, yeah, that's what happens when
you're a drug mule.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're not Mexican.
No, actually, he was Mexican. Now that I think.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so he was probably connected to the cartels.
Yeah, it's probably connected.
Yeah, but anyways, totally side tangent there, but I'm gonna still going back to the verses. I'm still gonna go with Cartoon Network because
I'm gonna go Cartoon Network.
Damn, like because I Am Weasel.
I loved I Am Weasel.
I Am Weasel.
Secret Squirrel. Remember Secret Squirrel?
Dude, fuck. What was his little sidekick?
A Rocco, the mole, the mule,
mole. There was a mole, right?
A Rocco or something like that.
Something like that. What else? What else did we have? We can go on with shows.
Weasel.
Yeah, and then he had the fucking nemesis, the IR Baboon.
Well, Dexter's Laboratory, they had it was a knockoff of the Justice League.
The Super Friends.
The Super Friends, right? Yeah, dude, that shit was funny as fuck. I love that shit.
Krunk, the Indomitable Krunk.
Yeah.
Van Halen.
Van Halen. Yeah, Van Halen, the god, the
Dan,
knockoff of Dan.
Was it Dan?
I don't remember, but he was a knockoff of Thor with the guitar, and then
Captain Justice.
Captain Justice or something, Justice? Like a knockoff of Superman mixed with Captain America.
Whoa, there was more. I remember it because there was one where they were fighting like this Godzilla. There was an episode where they were fighting this Godzilla with an axe nose that none of them could take out.
That sounds so familiar.
Yeah, they were fighting it and nobody could take it out, and the only one that beat it was a monkey.
Oh, Monkey?
Yeah,
but where the fuck was Monkey from? It
was Dexter's lab.
It was Dexter's lab, right?
The monkey was part of his laboratory, and then like I guess during the night he would turn.
Oh, that's right. He was a secret super.
Yeah.
And he had that hot ass fucking partner.
Yeah.
What was her? Oh man, Agent Honeycue.
Was it Agent Honeycue?
Like this is Agent Honeycue calling monkey.
Yeah, dude. Like, oh fuck. What else? We can't forget his friend. Well, not his friend. His nemesis, Mandark.
Oh, Mandark.
He was always in love with D.
Dude, oh man, he didn't run in the fucking childhood fields.
Hardcore. This verse is kind of good.
Yeah, this is a good version of this. So I'm going Cartoon Network. All the way. All the way. But let's tone it down just a bit since it's been 5. So when you think about it, you put Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon together. 2 childhood franchises of cartoons.
Right.
So let's throw WB Kids against Fox Kids because WB Kids and Fox Kids were morning Saturday cartoons. And granted, they were during the week, but during a certain time.
Yeah.
Because then after that, it was like Judge Mathis.
Yeah.
Cheaters.
Yeah.
Like Blind Date, which I used to love Blind Date and Cheaters.
Cheaters was the fucking shit.
That shit was funny as fuck, dude.
Fuck. Now, okay, so if we're doing Kids WB with Kids Fox Kids. Or Fox Kids, shit. Because, I mean, I remember a lot from Kids WB. I mean, even the Men in Black show, which was a very obscure show. Not a lot of people know about it. God damn. This was decent. It was amazing. It was a good show. Then they had a fucking Shaolin Showdown.
Shaolin Showdown was a great show.
It was.
And it was the biggest, like, slap to the face at the end. If you actually watched towards the very end, if you remember the one kid who was, like, pretty much the all-going-to kid, the bald head.
Ubi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't the chosen one. It was the guy who became bad during a certain segment. The other guy.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's why I said the biggest slap to the face in a cartoon show. Back in the day, since I was a kid, you thought it was going to be him.
Yeah.
The good kid.
Yeah.
But no, it turned out it was a kid who was evil for a little bit.
Yeah.
It was kind of like an Anakin Skywalker type.
Yeah. Holy shit, I didn't know that. I never saw the ending. I didn't even know there was an ending.
They actually ran that show to the end.
Wow, dude. Yeah. That's interesting. Let me see. What other shows? Because, I mean, I've already fucking mixed up the shows from Fox Kids and fucking Kids WB.
To our listeners, tell us what you like.
No, drop it down in the comments. We want to know what y'all fucking like. Like, feel free to any verses to drop your comments, man. We want to know why. Remember, I'm a change my mind type of guy, man. Like, let's see if you guys can change my mind from the choices that we make.
And tell your friends, family about us. We're slowly getting up there. We've been getting people messaging us.
Yeah.
And this started off with just, an idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
It turned into like more than just that. I didn't think we were going to get anyone to listen to this.
I know, man. I was expecting just like our family members, like, yeah, we listen. You guys suck.
Did you actually finish listening? I listened. I listened.
Probably the first 5 minutes and I lost interest.
But let me change the topic just a tiny hair.
Uh-huh.
And this is I don't know. Let me tell you about this. So we live in a world where shootings and everything's becoming a trend.
A norm.
A norm. And sadly, it's a norm, but we can admit it.
Yeah.
It's a norm.
Yeah.
So there was a man, ex-soldier, by the way, went and raided a animal shelter in Melbourne.
The fuck? Okay.
And because he thought his cat was stolen and held up there and they were going to put him down.
What the fuck?
He went and raided, armed and loaded, with an assault rifle to get his cat back.
Okay.
I hear people shooting people on the streets with assault rifles just for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
This guy has a reason, but it's like
kind of stupid when you
when you think about it. And he actually held a young female worker at gunpoint.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah.
There's no way this is real. This is
real. This is real. This is real.
Was he like shell shocked or something?
So that's when he got caught, which obviously he did. He didn't kill anybody, so that's a good thing. But post-traumatic, he blamed on a brain meltdown for post-traumatic stress disorder.
I mean, that makes sense, dude. I mean, I mean, love to all our veterans, man. But I know there's some that have gone through some shit, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They've gone through some shit.
I mean, obviously, one's gone through shit. He missed his cat that much.
Yeah.
And the bad thing is, his cat wasn't there.
Really? Did they ever find his cat?
Nope.
What the fuck, dude?
But that even shows you how much a man will go through for his cat.
For his cat.
For a cat. Because I do the same, but for my dog,
yeah.
Not a cat. I think cats are assholes.
I mean, they are, because I own both. I own a dog and a cat, Zeus and Bambino. Zeus, I got him since I had him as a kitty in my apartment.
Okay.
And in my head, I got it for my kids because, they always wanted a pet. I'm like, you know what? The easiest thing to take care of is going to be a fucking cat. Just feed them. They're happy. Now, I started thinking about it. I'm like, should I really get a cat? Because cats are entitled assholes, and there's only room for one entitled asshole in the household, and that's me. But even then, I still decided, you know what? Let me get my kids a cat. He's it's everything you'd think a cat would be. He's an entitled asshole. He likes to knock shit over. Anytime that I feed him, if he doesn't like the food, he knocks the tray over.
Of course.
If it's not a fountain, if his little water bowl is not a fountain, he knocks the fucking shit over.
He knocks it over. Yeah. It makes sense. He's a
dick.
He's a dick. I hate cats.
Yeah. I mean, I have to love this cat, I guess. I'm obligated to love him. But Bambino, on the other hand, little
cats,
little tiny dog. Feed him. He's happy. He sees me. He runs around. He jumps up and down. Stands on his hind legs. He loves the fuck out of me. Give him water. Loves the fuck out of me. Doesn't ask for much. Just feed me and give me water.
Yeah.
Zeus, on the other hand, he wants love. He wants you to pet him. And then when you pet him too much, the motherfucker bites you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, those are cats, dude. They say it's too much stimulation for them. Well, I'm about to stimulate my fist through his fucking face when he bites me again.
You're going to be on the next animal cruelty show.
Yeah, the PETA's going to come after me or something.
Okay, I got you. So, I always save the best for last. And by best, I mean the dark stuff.
Yeah, tell me about the fucking
Okay, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I love kids. I'm glad you do.
Okay. Okay.
8 months.
8 months?
That's not even a year.
Yeah.
8 months. So, a man, accused of leaving an 8-year-old baby in a roadway before fatally hitting him with the car.
Wait, hold on. Wait, was he 8 months or was he 8 years old?
8 months.
8 months.
8 months. A 20-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of fatally hitting an 8-month baby with his car after allegedly left the child on the road following an argument with the female passenger. So, baby mama drama, daddy drama, baby daddy drama, same bullshit.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, so this guy put a kid, I'm assuming it was her kid, because it didn't say it was his kid, put him in front of the car and ran the motherfucker over.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
There is no way this is real, man.
No, this is real. You think I'm going to just bring fucking lies? There's
fucking satire fucking articles out there.
No, this guy's already been fucking booked.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, Jacksonville, Florida. Well, of course, Florida. I'm surprised you didn't throw in a fucking pool of crocodiles.
Shit, dude. He's going to get thrown in a fucking pool of crocodiles.
Oh, yeah, he's fucked. Upon arrival, they located what appeared to be an infant in the roadway.
Shut the fuck.
And witnesses advising the child was struck by a vehicle that had left the scene. Members of the Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department arrived and transported the child to a local hospital where he has been pronounced deceased.
Oh, damn. Dude.
That's some cold, hard shit. But hey, that's one way of having an abortion, right?
Well,
maybe in a sense.
Oh, shit. Okay. God damn, dude.
That's one way. I'm just saying that's one way to,
Shit, that's a super late term abortion right there.
That's late term.
Late term is motherfucker.
Would you even call it an abortion at that time?
I just call it manslaughter. What the fuck?
That's exactly what I was gonna get to that. Well, no, they call it manslaughter because that's what he was been.
Yeah, dude. Fuck that dude, man. He's gonna get his fucking comeuppance in jail. I'm gonna tell you that.
Definitely.
I have a couple of acquaintances that have been to jail or are now in jail, and they tell me, dude, anything that comes to be with the child molester and stuff like that, they essay the kid and all that. They don't beat the fuck out of them. They kill them.
Oh, they rape them and kill them, or
they kill them? They're all of the above, dude.
Oh god,
all of the above. They're there to like make sure that you fucking suffer, dude. Yeah. And then after suffering, you die, like legit, dude. I'm the type that believes in eye for an eye and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But fuck, dude, like, I don't know, man. I can't imagine myself like just witnessing something like that. It's crazy.
To me, it's like, how much of an argument do you have to have with the fellow person to be like, fuck you, fuck your kid.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this kid in front of the car and run this kid over.
For real.
And remember, 8 months, that's a baby. That's not even a child.
That's a arm baby. That's an in-arms baby. Like,
that baby cat, he doesn't even have enough brain capacity to know to move.
Yeah, to know what the fuck's going on to even fucking begin. Not to mention, like, if to even fucking think, like, what the fuck was the mom doing?
If it was the mom, all they said was a female. But I'm pretty sure it was a...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, were they cracked out?
Is this one of those cases where it was an adopted child?
Dude, don't even...
You know how you hear those fucked up stories?
Well, it's funny you should mention those because I just saw a story about a couple that, like, adopted a kid and then ended up selling it. Selling it off because they couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle being parents. I'm like, then take it back to the fucking adoption agency. Like, the fuck? They sold it to some random people.
We tried. There's no return fees.
Yeah, dude, like, all I know, dude, there's just some people. Cold. Yeah, that's some cold shit.
That's some cold work.
There's some people out there that don't deserve to be parents, dude. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
they just some people.
I want to extravagant. It'd be bloodbath up in this place.
No, see, this is why I always tell people: if you ever, like, if women and men, women mostly when they say like I have baby fever, you want a contraceptive? Watch me struggle with my kids. That's the best contraceptive. Watch another parent struggle with their kids. You're going to right off the bat said, you know what? Never fucking mind.
Yeah, I saw my mom struggle with me and my 4 other siblings. I was like, fuck that.
Hey, man, respect to you. Respect to you, like saying, like, you know what? I'm not going to bring a child into this world.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do
that. It's just rules of truth.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
I guess that's it, and I guess we'll call that on this episode. We've been off for quite a bit.
Oh, have we now?
Yes. We've been talking our ears off for this one.
Yeah, no, I mean, we hit memory lane pretty well.
Yeah, I think we have a good one. I'm actually, if anyone listening, because I've been looking at the Spotify, and it looks like we've been getting some people sharing us, which we appreciate.
Appreciate it highly.
People like it. That's a big shout out to whoever that's doing that. And we know a few, but from what I'm seeing, there's more.
Wow.
But they ain't giving us follows, you ass.
What a bunch of dicks.
We got 14 followers on Spotify. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's still good.
Yeah, awesome.
We're talking a bunch of bullshit.
That tells us that there's 14 people that are willing to put up with their shit.
Yeah, that's, to me, I don't know if that's good, because if you're listening to us, you got problems. You're
kind of mentally disturbed. Problems. I think we're all mentally disturbed out there.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
That's the sad part about it. But you know what? It's all right, because this is America. That's what this country's built on.
Disturbed mentally people.
Yeah.
I guess you could say that.
I guess at least you could say we're not white, because if we were white, people would hate us off the bat. But he's white and he's mental. Bad. That's the worst thing to be in this country at this point.
God damn it.
But anyways, I'm going to lead, I'm going to let the fine gentleman himself, Manuel, lead us out. Man, you got anything nice words you want to say to the women, children, and men of the Bison?
I mean, I don't know about the children, but the usual thing that I always say. I mean, right now I'm enjoying a nice, lovely I guess you could say a shot. It's more than a shot, but of Johnny Walker. But I'm going to tell you guys, drink water and fuck.
Drink water and fucked. And again, spoken like a true gentleman. Me, of course, your host. I am Noe. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for once again joining us for the Bison Lounge, the podcast about anything and everything and nothing at the same time. Thank you, Manuel.
Absolutely.
All at the same time, as you just heard. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good one.
Deuces.